Welcome to Fasting Space. So nice to have you here. Grab a coffee, a tea, or just a beautiful, pure water. Dial in on a beautiful centering space for this day. The 31st of March, 2026. We're here in this space. Filmed this beautiful sunrise the other day to share with you. The question I have for today, it's almost like a pre-question for the session. Do you believe that you have an internal guidance system? Or do you think that there's no such thing? That's what I was thinking myself when I was reading this book yesterday. The Mountain Is You. Have loved going through this book, and we're going to get to a section here today about the internal guidance system. And so as I was reading through it, I'll tell you, I believe that there is such a thing. But then you ask some big questions like, what does that really mean and what is it? If you pull out an anatomy textbook, you're not going to find, here's where the internal guidance system is, So maybe, it's in here somewhere. Is it a mental construct? Is it part of the brain? Is it, who knows? But what has your experience been? Do you hear some sort of voice, or do you have a feeling that is saying, I think this might be the thing to do? Sometimes, our conscious thought, however that works, back in the fall when we're doing Thinking Fast and Slow, we're realizing, okay, there are centers and processes that are running that are trying to predict things, that are trying to learn from history and suggest ideas to us. So when I think of this section, the internal guidance system, that's the type of thing that I'm thinking of, that a mental process is running, trying to synthesize all of our experience and everything that we really want into concrete ideas for action that moves us forward. But it's not flashy, sometimes at least. Listen to how they title this: Our Internal Guidance System Whispers Until It Screams. They whisper until they scream. What do you think of that? So as I was diving in, all right, think about what we're trying to do. I am here. Dr. Z, by the way, if we haven't met, if you're new, so nice to have you here. Try to help you lose weight. Try to help you implement a fasting practice into your life to the extent that you are open to it, called to it, wanting to do it, and then help you incorporate that with every other good health practice. Healthy eating, healthy movement, and healthy mindset. These are the practices that help us move forward holistically in health, especially metabolic health. Well, it's all the same. Metabolic health, mental health. Think of that wonderful interview I did with Michelle the other week. Metabolic psychology. These things all flow together. So we're here in a space. We're going to dive into this internal guidance system. I'm just giving some space for you to think about it. Really think, do you have one? And see, if you don't believe that you have any such thing, maybe you do not ever listen for it. A big concept I try to bring on the channel: awareness. Do we have awareness of this internal dialogue? The synthesis of all of our thoughts. Are we listening to it, and what does it say, and how do we learn to interpret it and have a relationship even with ourselves? Listen to how Brianna Weist talks about this system. The things that are bothering you most right now are not external forces trying to torture you for the sake of it. They are your own mind identifying what in your life can be fixed, changed, and transformed. If you continue to not take action, the siren will only get louder, and if you never learn to listen to it, you will dissociate from it and then be a victim to it. I like to say about this book, it can be like a mirror. Sometimes we don't like what we see in the mirror. A mirror is reflecting back just the truth. And if stuff is really good, we say, oh, we like looking in a mirror. You say, I like this. But if something is there, I say, oh, I don't like it so much. This gave me a lot to chew on. I don't know, how did it sit with you? You don't have to like it. It doesn't have to be your session right now. It's okay. But let's think about it. Are things bothering you? Like when you think, when I see that, I say, oh, there are things that are bothering me. I try to question and say, is it true? Are the things in our life that are bothering us right now external forces? Or are they internal things that we would like to see changed or transformed? Yeah, I think about that a lot. I read the quote somewhere months back. Do you remember about if you stir up the glass? It was in that session, letting go of anger. If you imagine that we are a glass full of water, and it's looking clear, but then there's actually sediment on the bottom. We can't see it. And then you stir up we imagine other people as a spoon, and they come and stir the glass. See, this is pure water. If we stir this right now, nothing going to change. But if there's sediment there, all of a sudden the glass could be cloudy. Say, that other person, you made my water cloudy, but if the sediment wasn't there, it would have stayed in the pure appearing state. And this is what I was reflecting on about this passage. Okay? A lot of things we can think are external forces. This would be a lot to think about now. There's a lot going on in the world, a lot of difficult things. And you say, I really am bothered by external things. Yeah. But is it like the spoon in that analogy? That's what I'm thinking about today. Are we the type of people that are calm, centered people? We've removed the sediment from our glass, and now no matter what happens, we are moving powerfully forward. We are radiating health and love and light and positivity, even in the face of these things. Doesn't mean the external isn't important or doesn't exist. All right, it's real, things that are happening outside of us. But this is this space, what I want to help us get into. How are you doing with yourself? How is your internal process? And what is this guidance system saying? Do we hear it, or are we listening? See, it's easy to say, I want to lose weight. It's easy to say, right? And then it's easy to list off the things where we say, oh, I can just do this and this. We can turn things into numbers. I love that song I read. Do you remember that? Numbers. It's always a number that can make you feel bad about yourself. I loved that song. So thoughtful. Okay, but the practice, this is the type of thing to me that is where it is at. Really trying to understand ourselves. Trying to dig deep, like we were saying yesterday. Get that identity. Who am I? And really get clear on it and say, if we're trying to change something like that, say, I want to be new. See, this is not an easy task. I never say anything like that is easy. But here is a space where I say, we can do it. Beautiful reflection space. Look at that sun and sky reflecting off the water. There's the mirror between water and sky, and just get into a contemplative space little ambient tune, a little ambient music. To me, that's like the water of our life here. Dissolve the barriers to it. Every distraction, eliminate everything. That's what I'm trying to help us do in this session. Sink in a little bit so that we can hear that internal guidance system. They say here, you already have the answers. You already know what you're here to do. You are here to create everything that would make you happier. It is only a matter of quieting the mind enough so that you can feel all of the unlimited potential that is begging to be used. Is that what your internal guidance system is saying? Really sink in it. Do you have the answers? Like, do you know? We did this session, like, what? Asking the question, what do I really want? You know, it's easy to go into a space. Everybody says, like, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay, so like you go to a gym, you go to a space, you say, okay, what I want is to lose weight. But then we say, ask the deeper question, like, what do I really want? Why do we want that? What is the emotional state underneath that? Are we acting in that space? Is it acting out of a space of love and kindness for ourselves? So that'd be a very good space to be. And I love this section. This is where we are. Create everything that would make you happier. Happiness, I could quibble a tiny bit about that, like just seeking happiness. We did a session where we said seeking contentment, probably better than seeking happiness. So when we find contentment, we might also find happiness. We're always striving to be happy. Can that lead us in a state where we're not quite content? But happiness is good. We don't have to pick on it. It's good. Who doesn't want to be happy? I want everyone to be happy. And who wouldn't be happy who didn't achieve their goal? Like you have some deep, meaningful, purposeful goal. I say, be pretty happy to do it. So, I really think this process is good. Listen to what it says again. It is only a matter of quieting the mind enough so that you can feel this potential. Is that what the guidance system is saying? The internal guidance system is saying, hey, there is potential here. We have opportunity here. See, we can even know the action that we want to take. But knowing the action and doing the action, these are two different things. Right? To take the step, we've done some talks lately where we said, action first, emotions follow. You don't have to wait for the motivation. You can create the motivation. You take the step first, and then you've built the evidence that you're the type of person that is doing the thing. Okay, so that can be a very helpful thought, but you've still got to take the action. You can almost imagine a little loop there. You don't need no motivation. You just take the action first, then the motivation comes. Okay, but how? Now it's almost like a chicken or the egg. What came first, the action or the motivation? You know, it can kind of go in a cycle. How do you get the motivation? The courage to take the step, to start that cycle. That's today, right? That's listening to the internal guidance system. Get into those thoughts, asking the deep questions. What do I really want, and who am I? See, here we are in this type of space to do it. They say here, there's no such thing as self-sabotage because the behaviors that you think are holding you back are really just meeting your needs. It's not a matter of trying to push yourself beyond them. It's a matter of seeing them for what they are and finding a better, healthier way to fulfill them. I so much love that. See, that's just saying never force anything. Doesn't that perspective start to make changing things less intense? And realize, okay, these actions, they aren't necessarily just the bad habits that we thought they were. Right? They're just a process that is meeting some sort of need. We're going to meet that need in a different way. A way that is more in alignment with who we are and what we want and what our goals for our life are. And when we're stepping forward in that process, say, I'm just meeting needs here. And we're meeting them in a better way, and we start to help those things to cycle. We realize, the deepest level that I say physiologically in the body is a fasting space to realize this is a space of openness and it is a gift to the body. This is the type of process, say, can bring health and contentment. Man, in a society like this, how do you buy contentment? Consumption culture says you have to buy it, you have to consume it. Take a deep breath, see fasting space showing us contentment not so far away. If you could use fasting to find contentment, that is meeting a need, right? What is the need? Sometimes food fills needs in the body, right? Easy to see physically, giving the nutrients that we need. The proteins, the amino acids, the energy, the minerals, everything coming in through the diet. Wonderful. Food also can be meeting emotional needs. So this is what we see, fasting space, giving us an opportunity to get in the middle of that and see, okay, food, so essential to body and life. How are we relating to it physically and then emotionally? Where is it covering over something? When we get in here, what is the internal guidance saying? When you do what they say here, when you quiet the mind and open up the space, say, what are we really trying to accomplish? Because then we see the other side of it. We see the two sides of it physically in the body. We need nutrition. We need the things that food gives us. It's a part of our cycle, and it's our deep connection to nature and the world, dependent on it. But then we see not all the time, and not so continuously dependent on it as we have been told for so long. We see that there's a balance. Same balance exists on the mental side. Like, food is how we connect with people. Food is enjoyable. It is positive mental experience. Okay, but then we see that there is also benefit in the space from it. And we see that we can use it as a tool. It can be a comforting tool, soothing tool. And we see sometimes space from it to realize our own power internally, both physically, mentally. And then we balance it the other way, between the mental and the physical. A process of moving toward health, in my view, a powerful, bold move toward better health is a process of balance. It's bringing all of health into balance, bringing our life into balance. That is the type of process. When we are finding health practices, whether it's fasting, it's healthy eating, it's movement, it's any of the beautiful mindfulness practices, a process of finding balance in life. That's making life better, right? The only thing I want for people, the only way I would ever tell anyone to practice fasting is in a way that is making life better. If you're not feeling in a space where it's like, oh, this is giving me energy, this is interesting, I am feeling encouraged and inspired. Okay, tread cautiously in a space like that. The line on that I like to say: intentional intensity. I never say fasting is easy as a blanket rule. I say the goal of everything we're trying to do is to make it as easy as possible. But as a practice, as a difficult practice, it certainly can be when we are surrounded by every type of distraction and pressure pushing us to consume and to conform to socially normal patterns of behavior, even when that normal is not healthy. Here's a section I took later out of this section, is really getting into this thing. That's what I was saying. We want to make change easier. Change is difficult. Change the most difficult thing to do, right? Complacency is the default. And then changing how we eat, one of the most difficult things to change, because it's so tied into our emotions. I think I saw overall people more successful quitting smoking than successfully losing weight over a 5-year period. I saw a study on that. It's so interesting. And then quitting smoking, not easy to do, right? So we want to be very, very thoughtful to get us into a space. If we start meeting our needs physically, emotionally, then that is a wellness practice. Then that can move us forward in our space. They say here, often the first reason we start neglecting our essential needs is because we think we are weak for having them. How does that sit with you? Have you ever felt that way? I know I have definitely felt that way. I'm strong. I don't need anything, right? So many things inverted. Okay, we think we're strong, or we're trying to be strong, so we don't address fundamental needs that we have. It ends up, this is the paradox, it ends up putting us in a vulnerable position. We end up not taking care of ourselves. It's the type of decision that actually ends up making us weaker. I know I have done that to myself quite a lot, unfortunately. But we learn from it, right? We got to have grace for ourselves. We learn from these things. Don't neglect your essential needs. You are not weak for having them. Recognizing that we have needs that we need to meet is actually strength, because it's the type of thing that actually helps us build a process that supports our health and takes care of ourselves. I think sometimes we even can feel guilty for spending the time to even take care of ourselves. They say we only believe this because when we were young, we did have to rely almost entirely on others to meet our essential needs. And eventually this fails us because another person cannot fulfill us entirely, nor are they responsible for it. As we grow up, we learn self-sufficiency. And in reliance on oneself for the foundation of our basic needs is an important part of a person's development. Okay, but these things can linger on, right? Like childhood experiences, times when we did not have our needs met, and then we develop coping mechanisms to deal with that, and these things can stay with us. And so this is the sort of thing for awareness. When we get into that space, we say, why do I really make the decisions that I do, and why do I feel the way we do? Like when they say over here, can we quiet the mind enough to let some of that bubble up? I loved how they balanced this out here. In the same way, it's important to recognize we cannot meet every single one of our own needs. As human beings, we are hardwired for connection and to a group, communities, families. We often feel the most fulfilled when we are connecting. And so that's a balance. That also is not a sign of weakness. To have community and connection, and also resilience and self-reliance. See, both those things so positive. I love each of those. How are you doing in each of those domains? Each of those is a path that can help support you on a health journey toward greater wellness. How are you doing on the self-sufficiency? Dive into it. How are you doing on meeting your own needs? Fasting space, very powerful way to dig into that space. And then how are you doing on connection with family and friends in the community? And like the food side, like kind of a better way to flow into that, to share a meal with some people and really get to know people and connect. You know, those are two ways to balance those concepts. So many things we can see as a weakness are actually a strength. Recognizing that we do need other people. Recognizing also that we have needs. See, like, we can beat ourselves up the most, right? Do you ever feel that way? We can be harshest with ourselves. We'd be harsh with ourselves for saying, oh, I don't need anybody. And then we can be harsh with ourselves to say, I'm weak for even having needs. It's like we have needs. We have to have them met somewhere. And the best case scenario is that we develop processes where we can have positive cycles everywhere. Positive cycles with friends and family. Positive cycles with self and our own decision making. And those decisions, I say today, let's move forward in a very positive way in each of them. Maybe you pick a specific focus in this day out of the four big spaces that we're moving toward. Is this a fasting focused day? Is it a healthy food focused day? Or maybe today is the day you're going to dial in some more movement. Maybe today is a mental health focused day. Take some time for some dedicated breathing. Some open space, like they were saying here, to calm and center the mind. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments of the video. Where are you dialing in today? Where are you feeling the energy flowing in health? And what is your practice? And come back and share. How did it go? And how are you feeling? And do you tap in during a space like that? See, any of these spaces can help us get deep into that internal guidance system. Whether you're out for a walk, all right, maybe you take some time in that space to like listen for it. What is the next move? Where are you feeling it? Or where are you feeling the barriers? Maybe it is calling out and saying, man, I am blocked in this space. Fasting space, this program, what I say, is a problem-solving space. You are having a barrier to health. You can share that here. No medical advice, problem-solving space. You take any medical thing, you share it with your medical team. But hey, this is a conversation. It's a space to learn and grow. Take powerful steps forward in health. I'm just going to take a few moments here. While I'm here, I'm going to just center myself by the lake here. I'm going to listen to these beautiful notes. I'm going to take just a few moments, stop listening to my own self-talk here, and do a little breathing, do a little centering. Listen. Let's take a moment here together if you have the time. It's like listen after this reflection. What is that inner guidance system saying for today? Really nice to share this space with you today. I wish you the very best in your journey, and I will look forward to connecting with you again soon. Have a great day.